Is queer identity represented in ancient Hindu scripture? Imagine a world where gender and sexuality are seen as fluid and diverse, not just fixed categories. That world exists within ancient Hindu stories and texts. Many people don't realize that Hindu scriptures include characters and ideas that recognize gender diversity and same-sex relationships. These stories show that the concept of gender and sexuality has long been more flexible than some modern views suggest. Hinduism acknowledges a third gender called Tritiya Prakriti, meaning third nature. This term appears in ancient texts and refers to people who are neither fully male nor fully female. They are recognized as a distinct group with specific traits and roles, not as something to be judged or condemned. This shows that gender fluidity was understood and accepted in ancient times. Deities like Ardhanarishvara, which is a combined form of Shiva and Parvati, symbolize the divine union of male and female principles in one body. This form highlights that gender can be seen as a spectrum, not just two separate categories. Stories also include characters like Shikhandi, born female but living as a male warrior, and Brihannala, who is Arjuna's disguise as a eunuch and dance teacher. These characters are respected for their skills and roles, not shunned for their gender identities. The Kama Sutra and the Arthashastra, ancient texts on love and statecraft, mention individuals with diverse sexual orientations and gender expressions. These references are often made without shame or stigma, indicating social awareness and acceptance. The god Agni is depicted as having both male and female partners and engaging in same-sex acts in some stories, showing that complex views on sexuality existed long ago. The Bhagavata Purana describes relationships involving non-vaginal sex and children born through such unions, similar to modern ideas of surrogacy in same-sex relationships. Stories of two queens conceiving a child with Shiva's blessing also show acceptance of same-sex intimacy leading to procreation. These stories suggest that queer relationships were part of the spiritual and cultural fabric of ancient Hindu society. Hinduism's spiritual path does not exclude LGBTQ+ individuals from achieving liberation or moksha. The divine forms that embody both genders or multiple genders point to the idea that spiritual wholeness goes beyond simple gender binaries. The presence of queer characters and deities in mythology indicates that gender and sexuality diversity have been part of Hindu spiritual stories for centuries. These ancient stories can help LGBTQ+ Hindus feel more connected to their faith. They show that Hindu spirituality has long embraced diverse sexualities and gender identities. Celebrating figures like Ardhanarishvara or stories of gender transformation can serve as spiritual symbols and role models. They reminded us that the sacred can include all forms of gender and love. In the end, these stories demonstrate that Hindu scriptures and mythology recognize and respect queer identities and gender diversity. This long history offers a foundation for modern discussions about inclusion and acceptance within Hindu faith traditions.